Right on time as usual. The lighting's weird because the sun's shining. Welcome, everybody. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. Lana! What? I don't remember. Danger Zone. Something like that. What is good in the hood? What do you know? The sun is shining. Did you move? Nope. Came home. Was that loud? Good. I mean, I'm sorry. Hopefully the volume's okay. Oh, it's my sister. Hi. How's it going? Granddad's junk. Mopar Sam Squatch. Alan in the house. My mother in the house. It's just turtles all the way down. McLovin is here. My sister might finally not be sick. Chris is here. I did have a good vacation. It was great. Eric Jorgensen is finally a member. Welcome and thank you. No automotive in the house. How's it going? Just saw that guy over on Just Mopar Joe's channel last weekend when I was on vacation. Vivian is here. How's it going, Vivian? Speaking of which, the flavor of the evening. Whitewood Cider Co.'s Kingston Black and Dabanet Dry Cider, Traditional English Apple Blend. From Vivian, thank you. Yep, that sure is cider. Joseph Lawton is here and glad to catch one of my lives. Welcome, Joseph. Thanks for being here. 500K Chevrolet loves the red Scamp. Yeah, that seems to be quite popular. It's a sweet car. I've been driving it all the time. It's lots of fun. There's definitely some room for improvement there, but yeah. Bullwag is here. Robert Fitch is here. Mopar Jimmy's here. Mopar Jimmy also really likes the Scamp. Patrick Sullivan, Old Stuff Rules. Friday the 13th is on a Sunday this month. That is not how it works. Connor Lake Havasu also with us. How's it going? If I was a turtle, I'd be on the back of another turtle. Jeff R. is here from Adelaide, SA. South Australia? Is that what that is? Paul Steinberg also here. Yeah. Yeah, that Scamp is sweet. That is a fun car. Vic, how's it going? No, I was driving when you sent me that, and I completely forgot about it. Rich Riker, I drove the Scamp, and I drove the Charger today, briefly. Hot shoe. Whee! Bullwag was driving a Ford. Lovejoy. Mostly Mopar also... Excuse me again. There's going to be more of that. Also says the Scamp is awesome. Yeah, the tailpipe's kind of ridiculous. McLovin says, don't show that hat to your insurance company. I rolled up to the 5-star dealership in it yesterday. My wife got me this for our anniversary. Very fitting. Caitlin Harris. Yes, Archer. Why are we not doing phrasing anymore? Rocket Tom is here. What's good in the hood? Captain Kurt is also here from Michigan. Raymond Cabell says Scamp is cool. Trace Gunn drove his new Charger this weekend. Nice. Yeah, Adelaide, South Australia. Yeah. I don't know if I ever learned about Australia in geography. Maybe I did. Bell James is here. How's it going, Bell James? Did everybody like seeing the 79-300 in today's video? Alan has made that thing so awesome. Raymond says I'm looking relaxed. You know, I'm more relaxed than usual, yeah. Spending my YouTube millions. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah, like I said, I actually have had this type of cider before. Not this one, but kind of the dryish English ciders. Ben got me a couple for Christmas last year. Paul Jarvis, are you buying Tom's Superbird? No. No. Yeah, Allen's 300 does need more horse ponies. We'll get there. Joseph Lawton loves the Leaning Tower power. That Scamp brings back memories. Yeah, for me too. ZZ, is that a Marshall stack back there? No. No, I've got, that's a crappy Ampeg bass combo amp. That's my Silvertone Twin 12. That's my Bassman 212 cab. That's a Roland keyboard amp. Aggressively clean. And then there's my Champlifier. And then I've got some PA cabs. My good bass cab is out at band practice land. My whole stack lives out there now. Nice! Alan polished up another one of the 300 wheels, the stock wheels. That's looking good. Chuck Elliott is here for the music. I didn't play an intro song because I was 8 minutes late. We'll get there. Excuse me. You know, I'm not going to do that. I think I ended the last stream with the turtle song, so I'm not going to do that to everyone. Eric Jorgensen said, my editing on the Scamp video was really good. Thank you. Appreciate that. I threw it together haphazardly this morning. That took like 3 hours. Last weekend, I did the 64 Dart video. It was a little longer, although actually I had a similar amount of footage for the Scamp. I really tried to cut that video down and keep it moving. And I think I cut 25 minutes of footage out of the Scamp video. So yeah, three and a half hours or so on that one. Turtle blocked. Nice. On the Dart video, someone commented and said that the editing was crappy and rushed. I did exactly the same thing I always do. So I don't know. And that one was, I had even more footage. So I put like 4 hours into that one. And yeah. Get Tom to put you in his will. Well, first off, he won't still have a Superbird when it's time to figure all that out. And second off, I told my wife if I unexpectedly pass away at a younger age to call Tom. So I guess we'll just see. Driveway of Misfits. Chris enjoyed the Scamp video. Yeah, thanks. I did too. This microphone. I don't know what's going on. Good evening, believe in yourself. How's it going? Oh, Vic's gonna go lay down and cry. Good luck, Vic. You need it. Tomorrow or whatever. Hot Shoe had a Sun Coliseum amp in the bad old days. I had a Beta Lead for a while, which was amazing, and I wish I still had it. Oh, AMC guys, Old Swinger was FE5 and Blacktop. Nice. Future Hardtop. You mean to tell me the Mopar channel is talking about Mopars? No, not really. Sean Bragg, what you waiting on the 273? Gasket set, sitting at O'Reilly right now. Did you see my 273 video this last week? I finally have everything figured out. I just have to do the heads and put it together. And then I got to build a 4-speed. And then I think we'll actually be putting drivetrain into the Barracuda, which I'm really looking forward to. Yeah. Stuart Cody used to have a set of them, 300 wheels on a 74 Dodge B100 van, which is funny because Alan was joking about putting them on his van. No Clue Garage is here. Late to the party. Sorry, I was watching your Scamp video. I'll allow it. I'll watch the rest of it when I'm done with the live. How you doing, Jamie? Hope you had a good vacation. I did. I had a great vacation. It was really nice. We were in Bend, Oregon at the McMenamins there. Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, wow. Chris says, speaking of O'Reilly, they're actually finally moving into our area. Nice. Peter Calibo is here and says, hey, hello from up north, Burlington, Wa. I want to tell you about a great find. I believe it's a 331 Hemi motor and more. We need to chat. Well, I have... Hold on. Now I have to count. 3 Dodge Hemis, DeSoto Hemi, Chrysler Hemi in the Imperial, and a 426. I have 6 Hemis. I would like a 331, 354, 392, and I have a couple possibilities lined up to buy such things. But anyway, deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. And yes, Mark is up there. He's in Cedro Woolley. One of the Hemis came from him, and then he helped me get the second one. Both of them are garbage. Anyway, Sean Bragg, did you get engine paint with gaskets? I have engine paint. I have like 5 cans of Chrysler Red here. Bullwag, Superbird, affordability. I mean, if it's between that and a house, why would I get a house? I don't like wing cars, and neither does my channel. Tom and I have learned this again and again. Wing car videos don't do well. So there is no reason for me to do that. Jeffrey Nunez says, do a 3-pedal conversion on the Scamp. You know, someone else suggested that, like maybe a 5-speed, although I don't know if the right bell housing exists to do that. I'm not saying no, it would be cool, but I'm also not saying yes. I do have, actually, now that I think of it, I do have a suitable bell housing. In fact, I have 2. I have a flywheel. I have 3 3-speeds, but a 4-speed obviously would be way better. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that, but it would be cool. I have pedals. God, I have almost everything to do it. Stuart Cody didn't get to see my video today. He's working on building another drag car for his son. 73 Duster 440 should run mid-10s. Nice. Good deal. Excuse me. David is here and says, getting club cab seatbelts out sucks. Excuse me again. I totally believe that. I went to the gas station the day we drove up to Rocket, and I was in the Scamp and everything. Oh, Rocket Tom says, thanks to Alan for helping out at Rocket this week. Yeah, it was awesome. We had a party. You'll see that video next week. Too many videos. Too many good videos this week. Anyway, I went to the gas station to pick up my cheeseburger, and I roll up and I see a blue Hemi truck and a guy standing next to it that looks really familiar. It was David. It's hilarious. The entire gang was at Rocket the other day. Dennis Wheeler, Scamp video was solid. The Y pipe still confuses me. On a slant 6, the split manifolds are great, but you need to Y them together. It's been proven. Dual pipes all the way back off the slant 6 split exhaust is not a good idea. The extra flow does not help you. In fact, it's a hindrance. It does weird things with flow. So split them off at the manifold, run them for a ways, and then Y them together. That is the way on a slant 6. It's been proven. Just ask Doug Dutra. He's an expert. Even if you've got headers, long tube headers on a slant 6, Y them together. I just saw something. Where did it go? Guy Kugler, nice mix of videos this week. Jamie, thank you. Is that large C-clamp under the rear of the Scamp? There was a small C-clamp holding a piece of rubber above the muffler. I removed it. AMC guy said, gas station cheeseburger. That's brave. It's a Chevron. They actually have a decent kitchen there. And I eat their crappy hotcakes food all the time. That's where the corn dog thing came from. But their actual kitchen, they cook a mean burger and they make a good sandwich there. So if you call ahead and order real food, it ain't bad at all. Oh, Plymouth on Plywood is more excited to see what Tom gets with wing car money than he is for the wing car. Probably a lot of car parts. Ricky5353 plays a loop tape of the iconic gear reduction starter. Should I seek medical attention? No. But you should come to our next meeting. A-body 4-speed parts are ungodly expensive, and that is why I hoard them. Yeah, exactly. No, I would never buy a wing car. Years ago, I wanted to build one out of the world's crappiest Belvedere satellite. It was actually a 69, not a 70, which is wrong, but don't care. And I was going to call it the Dirty Bird, but I didn't do it. Jeff wanted to know, did I source 273 specific head gaskets? Not yet. Probably going to call Cometic and see if they can hook me up. I'm not quite sure how I would do that. Past Jamie does a video including all the production skills, headaches about present Jamie. Future Jamie critiques it. Don't know. Tim Squire, will you be doing truck videos anytime soon? We're going to do a come and swap in a 7310 Grill Crew, and I've still got to build the engine for Josh Jesh's Crapple green 77 D100. I don't know how soon you'll see videos, though. I am working on another follow-up video on a 70 swept line, incidentally, the gold one. Trying to get that done, and I'm like in the middle of the video, and it popped power steering line or something is just puking everywhere. And one of the old saddle fuel tanks developed a leak, and it's puking everywhere, and it smells horrible. So I don't even know what to do with that anymore. McLovin might have found a buyer for his 86 Suburban. Nice. Yeah, good news. I have not found... you may have noticed I listed the 69 Charger for sale. The intent was to use proceeds from that as a down payment on a ridiculous Hellcat at the local dealership where I test drove that new Charger. Apologies for my hair being messed up. I was out doing yard work before this and I smell terrible. I don't think that's going to happen even if I sell that Charger. It's not enough of a down payment. This is a very special Hellcat car, and it is not cheap. I just want a regular Hellcat. Is that so much to ask? But anyway, it is very, 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 very cool and beautiful. Anyway, the Charger hasn't sold. I have had some actually semi-interested parties. But it's still here, and it may not sell. If I can't get what I'm into it or a little more, I'm just not going to sell it. So anyway, Richard Scott wants to know, when is the Banana Mobile going to get some love? I touched it today. Didn't actually do anything or start it or anything. But Vivian was here with a camera, and so we were kind of checking out the Banana. That thing is so cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with it next. I need to get a roll bar figured out. I need to change the shifter. I need to make sure the transmission's not exploded. Yeah, I don't know. New plan. I wanted to be drag racing either the Barracuda or the Banana at the start of the season. Neither is anywhere near ready for that. But I'm also supposed to do some drag race testing with the Dart Sport project. And so my new goal is to get that done within the next month, maybe. And then we can take that to the track, which will be really fun. It's got all kinds of horsepower. It's not really set up for drag racing. So I would expect terrible 60-foot times, but a good mile-an-hour number. And it'll be a great comparison with the Demon. I mean, again, it's not at all set up for drag racing, but it has more power. So, science. My Model A Garage, just bought my first swept-line truck, 1969. Any helpful hints would be appreciated. 318 automatic trans, has not run in 20 years. Replace every piece of rubber on the truck. Clean the fuel tank out. Sending units, probably going to need a new sock and a float. They always do. So just get those. Change the mechanical pump. Change the water pump. Douche the radiator. Maybe get a new radiator, except that doesn't exist. So good luck. 26-inch car radiators fit. Kind of. Barely. With modifications, it turns out. Rebuild the carb. Scrub the points. Change the oil eventually. Vroom. They're fun trucks. They're horrible driving trucks and horrible riding trucks. But I do like them. They have character. Joel Shooter's here and says, hey, Jamie, the guy working on the Ram Charger wants it so bad. Well, if he's got the money to play, selling it might help you find something that doesn't need so much for you to actually enjoy it. So that's an idea. But don't give it away. For sure. Boz-ish. Got 2 Barracuda 66s in the UK. Nice. Moving the K-frame forward a 1/4 inch to gain caster without having to go mad on the top arms. Your 66 is why I subscribed. That's interesting. I've kind of thought about that in the past. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Torsion bars will have to slide forward the extra 1/4 inch, but honestly, with the pin position, they're never that precise anyway. Yeah. Cool. Offset upper control arm bushings will also do what you want, but yeah, that's a cool idea. Klipausius is back. Great video on the Scamp. Thank you. Appreciate that. All Classics Restoration also in the house. Excuse me. Yeah, I had a great vacation. I should still be there. That was nice. Asked my wife if we could just live there. I don't think she would mind too much, but eating a whole bunch of really good food at every meal did actually get old after a few days. Driveway misfits. Turns out different 85 LeBarons use different diameter brake drums. Guess how I found out about that? That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's exactly it, mostly Mopars. That is, I believe, the crux of why the wing cars never get attention. And we learned that a long time ago. Most pie-in-the-sky cars do not get any attention, period. Because of that. Like, first off, there's plenty of content out there on crazy expensive cars. And also, people are just more interested in things that are possibly real to them. And the vast majority of what I do relates to that. Jeff Gerlach, how much horsepower can you get from a 273? And can you stroke one? Absolutely you can, but you're still stuck with that small bore, so I really don't see any point to that. I actually want to find a D-stroked crank, the one they used in the 305 Trans Am engine. I did the math on this the other day. It would work out with the 30 over bore to like 249 cubic inches in the 273. And then we're revving it to the moon, baby. I mean, that's the whole idea for my 273 build. And I've already been told by Uncle Tony and by another commenter, at least 1 or 5, that what I want to do with the 273 won't work. And they're probably right. But we're going to find out, Had to try it. We'll see. How much horsepower can you get from one? The D-Dart engine was rated for 275 in 1966. I guarantee 325 is doable without any great trouble. And I think more than that is possible if you're willing to notch the cylinders, go for larger valves, bigger 360 heads, and really, really, really rev it. If it will go there. Again, it's still a long stroke, small bore, which is kind of odd Multiple commenters said my build should be able to make 400 plus horsepower. I don't think that is at all realistic. Yeah. Wow. Rich Riker's 70 Fury ran super excellent for 2 days right before it dropped a valve, pushed a rod out the bottom of the block. Ugh. Excuse me. Nice. No Cool Garage said, thank you for the advice on the fuel gauge for my Dodge pickup. That one? Nice. I put a new setting in it. Fuel gauge works fine. Thank you. You bet. Happy to help. Hot Shoe is in a mood, but he'll try to be good. Well, good luck. Transmission tunnel. That thing already had a 4-speed, so it's set up for that. Axle, it's an 8 3/4, and I'm doing a leaf spring relocation, moving them in to make a little bit more room for slicks. The wheel tubs on early A bodies are super restrictive, but the 29 by 9.5, or are they by 9? I can't remember. They fit no problem, but they rub on the leaf springs. So I'm gonna with the steel wheels I have, or the center lines I have, that I got from Darren. So I'm going to have to do the leaf spring relocation. I will do that. I just need to order the kit, and then we can get the axle in there, and that would be really cool. And at that time, we'll also get to set the pinion angle. We're going to put an adjustable snubber on that. We're going to clamp the springs just like the Demon, and remove the clamps on the back. That car is going to run super stock springs, and I still need to get a set of slant 6 torsion bars. Yeah, and I'm going to have to build a custom shifter cover for that, because it's going to have a V-gate, and it's not in the factory position. Gas station cheeseburger, band name. Called it. It's all yours. Dennis Wheeler says 273 head gaskets will be $900. I have one used one. I might. I don't tempt. I might use that, but I need a second one. Guy Kugler would much rather have a 69 Charger 500 than a Daytona. I agree. I think the 500 is super cool. A Mopar Man 408. Jamie, don't you have a white Charger? It's primer gray. Just begging to be turned into a wing car. My brother said that on Friday. Dr. Art is in the house. How's it going, Dr. Art? Robert Fitch's smell-o-vision is muted. That's probably wise. No, there are no update videos on the 69 Charger. It is listed for sale. If it doesn't sell, I don't care. Do not use muffler tubing for roll bars. Yeah, I won't be doing that. Stuart Cody is here. First time watching one of your live feeds, Jamie. I'm kind of digging it. Thanks, Stuart. Appreciate that. Yep. Domestic Creations. Any more 273 content coming soon? I'm building one for my 69 Dark Custom. Yes. I'm going to do... well, actually, I don't know if I'm going to do an assembly video, because I've done that so many times. I think next time we see the 273, it'll be together. And maybe we'll be working on cam timing and fine details. I don't know. I got to think about that. But there will be more 273 content. No question. Oh, yes. I've seen pictures of this. McLovin said there's an orange 69 satellite at his local dirt track with a Daytona wing. It's quite something. 340 and a 3-speed. Yeah. Mark M thinks everyone would love to see more 68 Barracuda content. Okay, maybe just one person. Oh, hey. It is Gray Dude. How's it going, Gray Dude? Tim Squire said, love this channel. Your videos are great. Keep up the great work, and thank you. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Happy to do it. Martin Adams, how's it going? The Rampage is making Bullwag jealous. Yeah, it's a pretty solid car. It's here now, and we do have to thank Plymouth on Plywood for that. It might be a while till anything happens with that. I popped the hood, and there's a turbo 2.2 under the hood, but there is nothing to attach it to the car. There's no turbo 2.2 wiring, computer, CV axles. I don't know, man. That might be a while. we may not even be able to do anything with the Turbo 2.2. And remember, again, I've been talking about this on the lives for a long time. What I want to do with the Rampage is SRT4 swap it. So I'm keeping an eye out for an SRT4 drivetrain. And there actually is one listed for parts right now, but it's like a couple grand, and I don't know about all that. But yeah, that's my plan. I hope to do it. McLovin put up a link to my merch shop. Thank you very much, McLovin. And that's a great segue into this. And I don't know, I haven't seen Steven here, but ta-da! Scrap Pack Club stickers. These are test prints. They're beautiful. This again is Stephen Andrews, our very own Stephen Andrews design. And they're fantastic. They're everything I wanted. They printed nice. So I will have these in the store soon. I was hoping to have them done by this live stream, but that didn't happen. Also, shirts. I showed you one Demon shirt test print. The image was too low, so I fixed it. Ta-da! Look at that. So nice. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And my thanks again to Diesel, the white-tailed buck, for that artwork. So that one is good to go. This and the Scrap Pack stickers will be in the store very soon, and I'll put up a community post and probably a Facebook post. There's another one, and we've discussed this. This is the first test print of this one. Needs a little bit of color tweaking because, well, you'll see. Ramp truck shirts. Long overdue. Unfortunately, the black on black. Yeah. Insert, like on camera, it looks okay because of the reflection. But in person, you pretty much like can't see the truck. So we're still working on that. It would work great on any color but black, honestly. It's just on black, and I think most people are going to want it black. But anyway, it's fine. I have a ramp truck. That's the famous line from the Tony drag race video when I snapped an axle shaft. And on the back, it says not for hire and Dead Dodge Garage. Super cool. Super excited about that. That is also Diesel's artwork. It's magnificent. It's very nice. We just need to figure out some color stuff with that one. So that's not quite ready to go. The Demon shirt is totally ready to go, and it will be in the store in the near future with the Scrap Pack decals. I highly recommend you buy these in twos. The old school Scrap Pack stickers you would get in a pair, and then you put them on both quarter windows on your Mopar. So you got to get two, unless you don't want to, but you should. I don't even know what car I'm going to put these. Yeah, I do. Never mind. I know what car I'm going to put those on. Anyway, Bullwag. Yeah, maybe a dark charcoal gray. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think what we're probably going to do. Yeah, Empire Rust. I haven't seen Rooster yet. I don't know where he's at. Kind of weird. Strange absence. Uncle Roadkill said, please do a build video on the 273. I totally agree. It's just that I've done so many engine build videos, and I don't want to repeat myself again and again and again. You know what I mean? I showed all the important details in a video this last week. Yeah, okay. There's probably enough there to do a build video, but it wouldn't be like a step-by-step every single thing. Like, I can only say, install the rear main seal, drop the crank in, torque the rods to spec so many times, you know? Yeah. Mopar 73 Duster said, hey, Jamie, question. I got a 70 Dart Swinger backseat for my Duster, but I read forums it won't work because the Dart is longer than Duster. It fits, but the bolts at the bottom will not line up. It will fit. You can put it in there. We've done it. But yes, technically they are different seats. Tim Squire, I do not know any reliable engine builders in Utah, no. No Cool Garage said 273 with 300 horsepower is going to be fun. I fully agree. And again, like, I'm not going for giant numbers. I never have. But I think this one will be upwards of 300, and it's going to be in a sub 2,500 pound car. So that is my thinking. I think it's going to be pretty fun. You know, my hope is that it will not be My hope is it will be in the same neighborhood as the Demon. It's going to have a little less power, but a good bit less weight. So I'm hopeful that we won't be trading out for a way slower car. And if I cannot get the 273 where I want it to be, well, we'll put the 360 in it, like I always intended to. I think it's going to be fun, though. Richard Scott may be getting a new race car, 72 Duster, no engine, tons of old script on the doors and character. Nice. That is awesome. That is the best kind of race car. You know, that's exactly what I want in a race car. Hey, 239 of you out there. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Appreciate having you here. Oh, Jeff R. said, looks really bright in the studio tonight. Are you feeling summer? It's beautiful today. 60-something degrees. It's down to 58 now. Yeah, we were out there doing yard work and stuff, and oh, it's so nice. Yeah. Ramcharger Texas. What are your thoughts on Hotwire Auto? I assume is what that says. Looking into using their Magnum swap wiring harness. I'm not at all familiar with them. I've never heard of them. Carrie Kinzer is in the Magnum swap group. EFI Magnum, or maybe it's Magnum EFI swap group on Facebook. I'm also in that group, and he makes harnesses that are pretty nice and reasonably priced. I'm not familiar with Hotwire, but if they make one, it's probably fine. I've always just made my own. Model A Garage. My 318 engine turns over but has a tight spot. What would you suggest looking for? Is this like an engine that's been sitting for a long time? Look for sticky valves, sticky rockers. I've seen that on Slant 6s. You wouldn't see it with the stamped steel rockers, probably. Sticky valves would be a good place to look, or rusty spots in cylinders. Good evening, Robo Style. What's good in the hood? Oh, the damp Scamp. That's way better. How's it going, Fox? Sorry, there are a lot of comments tonight. So many comments. Tramp Scamp Garage. Where were these pitches this morning when I had to name the video and do the thumbnail? Yes, the weather is getting better, which will make doing Rocket Tom's come and swap easier outside. Yeah, we were thinking about maybe just pulling the parts truck inside and doing it there on the lift, but I think it's better off in the yard. We have to remove so much. It's going to be like just a frame when we're done. We have to get the axle out. We have to get the front springs out. Like, oh, God. I don't want to think about that. We just got to do it. Oh, Model A Garage, that was an engine sitting for 20 years. Okay, yeah. Rust in a cylinder, like mild rust, when a ring hits it, that you can get a tight spot like that. Or again, a sticky valve. If a valve is stuck, what'll happen is the push rod, the lifter's on the cam, right? And so the cam lobe is trying to push up the lifter is trying to push up the push rod is trying to open the valve with the rocker. And if it can't move the valve, it will bend the push rod, basically. So that is probably what I'd be looking for. But again, it could still be just a little bit of rust in one cylinder. Usually you put some penetrant in those cylinders or something like that, and then crank it over several times. Your rings will slowly scrape that rust away and it should get better. But if it doesn't get better, I'd be looking at valves. That AMC guy said, maybe use that turbo I sent you on a 273. Boosting the 273 would be fun. It's not what I have in mind right now. And I don't think that little baby turbo is going to be enough. We might need two of them. Outdoor engine swaps with that caliper just hurt. Well, at least we have a tractor. But yeah, I agree. Nice. Awesome. Plymouth on Plywood. I think, did I mention this? Have I had a live stream since then? Yeah. It was two Sundays ago. Excuse me. This stuff makes me belch a lot. Also, it's 8.3%. Good Lord. That explains some things. Plymouth on Plywood bought the Dart wagon that was here. and said, I found a kind of better tailgate and the trim pieces for either side of the back window. Nice. Also, 666 Valiants in a salvage yard out here. I'll be damned. Ooh. Sean Bragg said, D-stroke 273 with individual throttle bodies. Yeah. Magic Sammy dropped in and said, love your channel. Thank you, Magic Sammy. Much appreciated. Paul Wortman is here and said, no stairway tonight? I have never played no Stairway to Heaven. Practice it elsewhere, please. Spectre. Hey, Jamie, question about Weber carbs. How does the air jet size change the fueling? Magic. Different size air bleed break in the circuit changes the amount of fuel delivered, I guess. I am not an expert on Webers or air bleed sizes. You know, a lot of Hollies, Go Fast Hollies have removable screw-in air bleeds to do that kind of tuning, and I have never gotten into that. That is above my pay grade. Full Garage is here. How's it going? And said, Ramp Truck 3-pedal solution update. Still just haven't started it. The problem is I keep using the truck, and so I don't want to break it, you know? And I'm afraid that if we go to do that swap, I know we need a drive shaft made, and I don't know how that's going to work. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm super glad Plymouth on Plywood got that car. That's awesome. And he's already hard at work on it. Oh, Dennis Wheeler just asked for a 5-speed update on the Ram truck. There you go. The automatic is still kind of sort of working. The overdrive is goofed up, but it still works. So I'm still using it. I've put a bunch of cars on that in the last month. Basically all the cars I needed to go get, except for the Neon in California, are here. And so AMC guy, I'm not reading that, but that's also an Archer line. Stephen Andrews is here and said, hi, Mr. J. Welcome back. What did I miss? You missed this. Oh, yeah, buddy. That looks so good. You just knocked it out of the park on that. I love it. These are going to be in the web store just as soon as I can hit the magic button. Oh, McLovin dropped a link for Rocket Tom's channel. If by chance you're not following him, do that. Where is he at now? I don't even remember. 12,100 subscribers. Nice. It really hasn't been that long since he hit 10. So that's looking pretty good. Hot Shoe said, go all out and stick a 671 on the 273. I have a 471 blower in the shop right now. Don't tempt me. All Classics Restoration. Jamie, have you seen pics of the Stealth GM HEI module in a gutted Mopar control box? Not only have I seen pictures, I've seen an old school one somebody built in the flesh. And the guy that's posting about them in whichever Mopar group sent me one and his wiring kit. And so I am going to be doing a video on installing that in a car. I just don't know which car yet. The Scamp is actually the only Mopar electronic ignition car I have now. But I don't really want to put it on that because the electronic works so well. So I don't know. I'm going to be doing a video on that coming up. There's a guy that is 3D printing a box that looks like the Mopar ignition, and then it has a heat sink inside, and then he's doing a kit with wiring and everything, and it's pretty sweet. So, yeah, there will be a video on that coming up. Rooster is here because he heard his name. How's it going, Rooster? I was told I am missed. Nice. Jimmy Fizzy, do you know of any other HD slant 676 darts? I don't even know what HD slant 6 means. Kevin Marshall, Jamie, I'm picking up an 84W 150 this week. Hell yeah. Also jealous. What should I look for common issues with the 318? I don't know. It's a 318. It's fine. My 84, was it an 84? 85? I don't even remember. 318 had a blown head gasket and a push rod through a rocker arm. Oh, Empire Rest. Must be the one that messaged Rooster. Nice. Rooster just finished buffing the Fury thrice. Proof you can polish a turd. I'm about to polish the Scamp turd. It's going to be great. It's not that. It's a pretty nice car, honestly. The paint is super faded, though. The Duke of 5A, did you get the issues sorted with your Turbo Slant 6? Keep thinking about the fuel regulator that doesn't hold a prime. It's not the fuel regulator that's the problem. It's the pump. That pump does not hold a prime. It is not supposed to hold a prime. It's very common with the aftermarket electric pumps. Don't worry about that. I heard from many, many people that said that is normal for that type of system. So that is not it. Did I get the issue sorted out? No, but I know what the issue is, and it's nothing to do with the fuel system. The Mad Monk, any idea if those first-gen Dakotas ever had carbs? They did for 1 year. The first year Dakota, maybe 2 years. I think it's the first year. Yeah, there was a carbureted 3.9, briefly. Keith Hill says Bill Maverick Golden's tow rig had a 12-speed. Yeah, 3-speed and a 4-speed combined. Yeah, that's classic truck stuff. Yeah. McLovin put up a link to Rooster's channel. If you haven't checked Rooster's channel out, hit the link. Nice. Makeshift Mopars picked up an 86 D150 that had a leaking head gasket or intake gasket, just had to tighten a few bolts, and all the leaks seemed to have vanished. Isn't that neat how that works? I can't tell you how many rigs I've fixed in a similar manner to that. Dave Freeman is here and says, I'm going to be polishing the Barracuda, but don't you dare call it a turd. You didn't say I can't think it. That's a sweet car, though. Oh, Jesus. Cypher F, what up? Tumbleweed77 says, hello, everyone. What did I miss? You missed this. DDG Scrap Pack Club decals and... Hold on. The Demon shirt. Oh, yeah, buddy. It's fixed. Both of these things will be in my web store soon. Oh, 2 people want to see 68 Barracuda content. Nice. Yeah. Bullwag doesn't want to drive that far, but could be tempted. Wait, what are you being tempted by? Will the scrap pack stickers also come in a smaller size? This is 3x3. It's the smallest size. Or no, are these 4x4? No, they got to be 3x3. I think this is the smallest size, and it looks to me to be I'm only doing them in the one size, which looks to me to be a good match for the original Scat Pack stickers. I don't know where mine are. I haven't been able to find them for years. I have a set, but I believe this is this. Oh, maybe they do have one size smaller. I was only going to offer them in this size because it's a match for the original style, for the original one we're mocking. Nice. Wow. Rooster needs 4 souls on his channel to make 500. That's it? You're that close? Dang it. Why did... Dude, I don't understand. I can never find you. It always pulls up weird stuff when I try to search your channel. But I think if I do this, it works. Nope. Even that doesn't work. What the hell? Oh, yeah. You have to search actual Rooster's restorations. No, you need 33 souls. I think. That's what it says. Ooh. Yeah, that Fury's looking good. Oh, yeah. What were we talking about? Yes, you need 43. Yeah. Yeah. Stephen Andrews wants a sticker and a demon shirt. They will be in the web store very soon. I should send you free stickers. You did design them. Russ Peters Derelicts. Jamie, how complicated is swapping a reluctor wheel on a 318 distributor? Going to try to build a standalone ignition system for the 87 3.9. Someone else has emailed me about this. The reluctor is easy enough to pull off. 2 pry bars or screwdrivers or whatever, and they'll just pull out of there. It might not be as easy as that, but it's not the hardest thing. You will need a couple more things, though. The clocking of the cap is a little different. So what I think you need to do this is actually a slant 6 distributor for parts. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure what you need to use is a slant 6 advanced mechanism, a slant 6 reluctor, and slant 6 cap, because the 3.9 cap is different and it doesn't line up at all. I've been talking to someone about this in email, and I've yet to hear if that actually works. But I know they were trying to use 3.9 parts on a 5.2 distributor, 3.18 distributor, and it didn't work because it didn't line up right with the cap. But I think the slant 6 vacuum advance pod, the little tab that clocks your cap is on that, and I think you need that and the slant reluctor. Hopefully that makes sense. Does anyone want a free 88 Isuzu Trooper? Says Stephen Andrews. No, I don't. I am interested in one of those other things you got, kinda. Empire Rust missed the story on the Scrap Pack sticker. The Scrap Pack Club. Whose idea was this? I don't know. Stephen Andrews did this design. I did another one, and I ordered them in the giant size, which was really stupid. Where is that? I don't know where I put those, but they're too that's a funny story. I was going to show everybody. There was that question about the Sneaky Sneak HEI module a minute ago. There's the box and the wiring kit from the gentleman that is making them. And again, I'll be doing a video with these. So I think it's a cool idea. I thought it was going to be made out of aluminum for some reason. I didn't realize it was 3D printed. You know, I mean, from a few feet away, it looks convincing. It's cool. But you get up close, and it's obviously 3D printed. You can see the lines and everything. But it's cool. I mean, it's a neat design. There's the plate in the back. So there will be a video on that coming. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the giant Scrap Pack stickers. I did a design, but mine was nowhere near as good as Stephen Andrews. Oh, Avon is here and says, please help. Bean is in my home and is holding me hostage. I might die. I got nothing. Good luck. Oh, Russ Peters Derelicts was told early 80s slant stuff. Makes sense, yeah. Yes, Orin Cahoon. Electronic distributor, 2 pickups, lean burn. Yes, that is lean burn. Rooster wants to go fishing for just Mopar Joe. That boy ain't slow. So good luck. Nice. All Classics Restoration is looking forward to the 273 build. I'll be applying what I can to a 283 Chevy. The 283 is so much better for this. The 273 is not the right engine. But I'm doing it anyway. And we'll see. And the 289 is better too, although the head is super restrictive. Dave Freeman says Blackfish is smoking 70% less. Nice. I knew getting some miles on it would help. Greg Gerke, I believe. Have you messed around with Max Wedge motors? I've only ever touched one, and it was in a very rare, very special car. Yeah, that's true. Your 800 horsepower D100 won't be slow either. Nice. Stephen Andrews liked my design. Yours was way better. Empire Rust, he is in the Western Washington area. But yeah, Greg, I've only ever touched one. That's it. I did the video on that Max Wedge car, but it was very special. It was blocked into an airplane hangar, allegedly, and we weren't able to drive it, which was unfortunate, but it sure did sound good with the exhaust cutouts open. They're really neat. Martin Adams is looking for an all-wheel drive Mopar minivan to cut the roof and doors off to use as a beach tow rig. It better be rusty. I want one of those. No Clue Garage. What are you drinking tonight, Jamie? I am drinking a traditional English-style dry cider from Whitewood Cider Company. which I've always found entertaining because they used to have a band called Whitewood Funk. Dry cider, traditional English cider apple blend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People want to see Hemi orange shirts. I could probably do Hemi orange, I guess. Barracuda wants to see Chrysler blue. Yeah, I could see that. Klapausius likes the more bad than car shirt. Really fits my 880. I love that shirt. My buddy Fitz did that design as well as the actual DDG logo and the Dead Dodge Garage lettering that you see. And yeah, I really like that. Avon is cutting me out of his will because I don't know how to treat his house for Bean. I don't know what defeats Bean. I don't know. Dave Freeman, is there an easy way to lubricate the rear window winders without taking the interior apart? You might be able to get some spray where it needs to go, but it's going to be challenging. I mean, you can get into the top of the tracks. Getting to the gear mechanism, not so much. Yeah. Tim Gaggle is here and says, "You're my favorite car guy channel." Thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate that. Yeah. Mad Monk says, "I know you're a small block guy. I want to see some of those raised port max wedge heads on a big block. If that is what you want, just Mopar Joe's channel is where you should go." That's his thing. Remember, I am a small block guy, and I'm also a 400 horsepower and down guy, with the exception of I really want a Scat Pack or a Hellcat. And the only reason I want a Scat Pack or a Hellcat is to put my brother's Camaro where it belongs. That's it. I mean, that is it. McLovin put up a link to the Discord. We've got 350 people in there. Yeah, if you want to hang out in the live chat after the live chat, check out our Discord. Click the link. Dave Freeman can't wait to see Mark's car come together. Me neither, because it's taken so damn long. I was supposed to have that done in March. Barracuda, Jamie, excuse me, do you left foot brake in an automatic? Yes, I do. And the reason I do that is because I have so many years of experience driving absolute garbage that doesn't idle right. So yes, I do left foot brake often. I just do it automatically. People have noticed in videos, they think I'm riding the brake pedal or they'll think I'm riding the clutch because I keep my foot hovering there, but I'm not. Yes, I often left foot brake, and sometimes I catch myself doing it, and I go, "Oh, why am I doing that?" And I stop. Yes. Rich Riker says, "We are in accord on Discord." Chili Willie said, "Evening, you rusty freaks." Good. That's right. We're all members of the Scrap Pack Club. Good evening, Chili Willie. How's it going? Mopar Sasquatch, our very own Alan, says, "Make sure you hit the like button." Oh, yes. And Tiffany, Mrs. Allen, says, "Sweatpants." Yeah, we need to do sweatpants. How are sweatshirts made? Where do they come from? And how do they get made? I just love stupid jokes so much. God, what's the other one like that? Its interior color is gray, but its exterior color is gray. Respirator steroids. So hopefully not instant axle shortening with the Demon this summer. I don't think we will be drag racing the Demon. I put the drag radials back on it, which is my version of street tires. I'm hoping to not take it to the strip. I'm hoping to have something else ready this year. I don't want to keep beating on that car. I've been saying it since the first year I took it to the track. I wanted to drag race it here or there, but I did not want that car to be my dedicated drag racer. I still feel that way. If I race it, it will be on drag radials instead of on slicks, and that is going to kind of change things. And I'm putting the 48s in the Barracuda, so, that could be a problem too. But anyway, I'm not saying it will not be at the track this year, but it probably won't. Empire Rest, is a sticker on both rear windows the Mopar standard? Yes. The Scat Pack Club, when you joined the Scat Pack Club back in the day, as the kids are saying, late 60s, early 70s, they sent you 2 stickers, and that was so you could put one on each quarter window. And so you commonly see that. It was not a factory thing, but it was a very common day 2 thing. And they would either be the Scat Pack sticker we modeled this after, or 60... I can't remember. There are earlier ones that actually say Scat Pack Club on them, and they are the B, the B logo, the Rumblebee or whatever. And then there was a version without the lettering that was just the B, and then there was the round one. I think this was from 71. I can't remember. There were also Scat Pack jackets, and there was a magazine. It's cool swag stuff. Tumbleweed knows where there's a nice 73 Scamp in Wyoming, but it's missing the rear bumper and taillights. Well, I have 2 of those. Mark Howley with a question. What does building a 4-speed for the Barracuda entail? I am going to build a slick shift transmission. So the slick shift was actually a Chrysler direct connection recommended modification for drag racing use only. The slick shift has no synchro stop rings, and it has every second engagement tooth ground off of the synchro, the engagement teeth on the gear. So there are larger gaps. So what you do is you just bang shift it. And obviously I've been shifting a standard 4-speed that way, kind of, sort of. But the slick shift is supposed to be a lot better for it. And I'm going to combine the slick shift type transmission with a vertical gate shifter. So vertical gate, if you don't know, Mr. Gasket made them. Hurst made them too. I believe mine is a Mr. Gasket. Vertical gate shifter has a handle that you pull to get to 1, 2. And then for third gear, instead of the H pattern where you have to go over and you miss it, you just slam it forward from second, and the vertical gate drops down and hits third. So I'm going to have that in the Barracuda. And if it doesn't work, I have a nice Competition Pro Super Comp. I don't remember what it's called. Her shifter as well, H pattern shifter. And so that would be plan B. But I'm going to try the vertical gate and the slick shift type transmission. So I am going to be building that on the channel piece by piece. I have an aluminum housing. I have a scatter shield. I need to get an explosion-proof flywheel. I have a pressure plate, fancy high-performance pressure plate that a subscriber or viewer sent me, for which I am very thankful. They sent a bunch of other cool parts with that as well. And yeah, I've basically got everything to do it. I just need to do it. So that will be an upcoming video. But I'm going to build it from scratch. I'm not starting with a whole 4-speed. I'm starting with pieces. Oh, nice. Oops. Scott DeForge said, thanks for the mini tutorial on window adjustment. Red Scamp, very helpful. Yeah, I thought I've never done that before. And just having the realization of, oh, this isn't very hard. Was big for me. And so I thought that would be of value to someone, and I'm happy to do it. Those swinger back windows are always so stupid. They usually don't roll down all the way. They're difficult. You got to use an extra hand to guide them. They just suck. So, yeah. Empire Rest reminding everyone to like the stream. Please do that because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. We've got 254 people now, so I have a feeling that means Tony probably clocked out for the evening. So welcome everybody. Oh yeah, yep. Josh Homan is here. Mexican Spec is here. So Tony is definitely off for the evening. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? I just saw a comment I wanted to read. Where did it go? I lost it. Dan Tupper wants to know if a group buy from Cometic for 273 head gaskets would drop the price. I don't know, but yeah, that would be a good thing to know. Jeff R., is the English cider in a glass as good as the local canned varieties? It's just different. It's more dry. It's definitely not as sweet. You got to drink it out of a glass. Swigging this, that would just be silly. Speaking of which, I think it's time for a top up. It's quite good. Again, dry. little more on the bitter side. Straight fermented apples. I do like it, but there are a lot of varieties of local cider I enjoy very much. Sticky Valves is a good name for a band. Nice. Keith Hill says Dodge A100 pickup supercharged 340. Cool idea. My A100 pickup has a 440 in the bed. Yeah. Rocket Tom said the Hemi comes back this week for the Black Cuda. We're going to be building a Hemi. It's going to be fun. Ben Braddock with a question. 383 erratic idle bouncing timing mark. That's pretty typical, honestly. Put on a fuel pressure regulator engaged. New tank and sending unit. Pressure bouncing from 2 to 3.5. With the regulator all the way open, you only get 3.5. Yeah, that's either a pump problem. I discussed I have a similar issue on the Scamp. 3.6 is as much as I ever see. Could be a bad mechanical pump. It's definitely not your sending unit. Could also be pulling air around a chunk of rubber hose. That was something I showed on the Scamp, but it didn't fix it. Yeah. Dino Mike said, great Scamp video today. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mad Monk loves the rear windows on the Scamp and the 4-door darts. That back window is so cool. Yeah, Jaybird's here. It is so nice outside. I love it. These comments were obviously a while ago. Where... All Classics Restoration. Will channel members be getting a discount on the new stickers? I'm trying to figure something out. I want to change, and I don't know how to do this yet. I want to change the middle membership. We've got standard members, fancy members, and gold members. Gold members do get a merch discount, by the way. If you're a gold member and you don't know that, there is a code, and it's in your membership instructions. If you want to buy merch, you get, I believe it's a 10%. It's been a long time since I did it. I believe it's a 10% merch discount, so make sure you use that. HR said scrap pack shirts anytime soon. I hadn't even thought of doing a shirt. Steven, we need to do a shirt. Rooster wants to know how you play a Discord on a guitar. I don't know. Yeah, the Discord's super cool because people can share pictures of their stuff. There's a tech question channel. Lots of people in there. I'm in there, but a lot of other people are as well. And so we get good answers coming between different people. All Classics. Oh, anyway, what I was saying is fancy members. That's the middle membership right now. And I kind of want to change that to the scrap pack. And the scrap pack would get a discount on scrap pack merch. I don't yet know if I can do that and how to do that, but I think I can, and I think I'd like to. So fancy members, you would become the scrap pack, and it's just an extra little thing. Barracuda's here and said to Chris he ditched Tony early. I think he hangs out in both streams. I don't know how he does that. Hot Shoe had a rapid transit sticker set on the Duster. Nice, that's cool. Wayne Buzzell said, "How was your vacation?" It was awesome. I loved it, and I wish I was still there. Yes, Hot Shoe. Be aware you can't downshift with a slick shift trans. It will just pop out of gear. They are not for street use. A standard transmission pops out. My Demon transmissions, both of them have popped out of gear. Scott DeForge says vertical gate shifters were the best in their day. Lots of street racers used them. Oh yeah. Yeah, I almost said the words crash box, rest beater stairways. That's the same thing. Chrysler's name for it was slick shift, but crash box. Same idea. Burned Out Garage, how you doing? Excuse me. Fancy. Patrick Sullivan is an entry-level member. What is that called? I think it's just DDG member. I believe that's what it is. Yes. And I do believe my plan for a long time now has been for the fancy members to become the scrap pack. That seems really cool. Again, with gold membership, you get direct access to me for any of your tech support questions. If you're a gold member, please don't forget that. I'm here to help you. You're paying for it. So, and again, you get a merch discount. I am curious for member input on this. Standard members were never intended to get access to the members only videos. Those were supposed to be for the middle fancies / scrap packs and up. I did the last video. I made it for fancies and up only, and then I did change it later to all members. And I wonder if fancy members will be upset by that. I guess that's the question. But again, I'm trying to come up with ways to add more value for the middle rating, the middle group. So hopefully that works. Scoop's brother's demon used to pop out of gear like that. Yeah, don't make the member jokes. We're not going to do that. Stephen Andrews disagrees with my hat, and he changed his logo to the early Scrap Pack scat. I can't say it right. Scat Pack logo. Nice. Andrew Button says I should have RT member. That's a good idea. Anyway, I can be a liability in many situations. My wife bought me this for our anniversary, which is funny. Dennis Wheeler said the LLV video was hilarious. Thank you. Proud of that. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be. I want to do a video, and it's going to be terrible, but this is what membership videos are for. I want to do a video of outtakes. And specifically, in a recent video, I had to film the same stupid thing. Actually, this has happened twice in the last week, like 6 or 7 times to actually say it all correctly. And so what I want to do, I always delete those takes right away because it makes my editing easier later. I don't have to sort through all of them. But I want to save those. I have to be thinking in the moment. I have to save those. And then I'm going to edit all of them together for a member video where you can hear me. Like the whole problem is that I can't talk, and it's maddening. Someone said, cool wife. My wife is amazing. Andrew Button says you ought to put that Scamp on the shirt. I won't just put a car on a shirt. There has to be an idea behind it. There has to be an angle. Believe in Yourself just gifted 5 DDG memberships. Thank you, Believe in Yourself. I really appreciate that. Empire Rust needs to get some of those scrap pack stickers for the wagon. Yes, definitely. Our Dave Carr. Good evening, Jamie. Do you recommend any certain weight of oil for use in a big block with hydraulic roller? I would just use 1030 for that. And you don't even have to worry about high zinc. Just use regular 1030. Do you play Discord or Datcord? Yeah. Yes, it was an Austin Powers movie. That was kind of the joke. Barracuda has seen autumn photos of my part of the country. Very beautiful. It really is. Yes, it rains a lot, but this place, I love it. I don't love the rain, but I really like this area. My mother wants to know where to find this cider. I don't know. Vivian got it for me as a gift, which I really appreciate. It's a blend of Washington-grown Kingston Black and Davenette, bitter sharp and bittersweet traditional English cider apple varieties. Apparently it has a hint of caramel, although I have not detected that. HR wants to do a 345 swap in his 68 Dart GT. What's your take on it? I shared my take on that in the Hemi Swap Challenger video series. It's not for me. It's great in many ways, but it's not what I want in a classic. When am I going to write a song about the Scrap Pack? I don't know. There was a question. It was a good question. I don't know where it went. Chisky Wood Creations will an 8 3/4 sugar grip handle 8-inch slicks. It'll handle 9-inch slicks, so why not? Arthur Quinn, do you know anything about the Dodge 2.4 dual VVT engine? I do not. And then someone said Tiger Shark. Bullwag did, yeah. No, I don't know dick about those. Oh, R. Dave Carr just became a member. Thank you very much, R. Dave Carr. I kind of thought you already were one. Chili Willy, Rampage video incoming. No, it's going to be a while. I don't have enough to make that engine run. So no, but eventually. Man, I don't know where. Oh, there it is. 360 RT Zod. Can you suggest a cam for a 440? It's 60 over with 906 hedge, forged crank, and pistons. Stock rods. I was thinking the 284-44 Mancini cam. That's probably a good one for a street car. 509 purple shaft. 509 purple shaft. That is the 440 cam. That cam got me into Mopars. It is so magical sounding. Now, is it the best for the street? No. Is it good for an automatic and a street gear? Not at all. But it's so good. It's so good. That Mancini cam would be good. But for me, if I'm going to build a 440, it's getting the Mopar 509. Huh. AMC guy says Mopar changed the gear ratio of window cranks. My 71 Swinger windows rolled down in 3 cranks. Valiant windows took like 6 or 7. That's interesting. I've never noticed that, and I've had a lot of these cars. Hi, Larry Barker. How you doing? What is going on? So many comments. Andrew Button says all A-Vans and trucks should have had some type of RB engine. Well, I mean, I agree. Chris says Mexican Spec is here, so it's time for Jamie to sing a song. Maybe. Vivian walked home from downtown swigging one of these bottles in the sun the other day. Don't tell the cops. Okay, I told 257 people, but I will not tell the cops. Andrew Button, a van and RB engine is a natural pair according to my star map of the universe. I was going to put that motorhome 440 in my high top van. I wish I had. Oh well. Arthur Quinn asked, do you like newer Dodge vehicles? I do. I actually really do. I occasionally daily drive when I'm not driving a Scamp or an 81 Challenger or a Jeep Cherokee or my truck or my Ram truck or I feel like I'm forgetting something. Occasionally daily drive my 2018 Challenger. And I love that car. It's a great car. It's comfortable. It's fast enough. It's economical enough. It's just kind of like a jack of all trades. It's very fun. It's good at passing people on 2 lanes. Gets good fuel mileage. I wish it had heated seats because that's just who I am as a person. But other than that, it's pretty great. I test drove the new Charger, the electric one, and I loved that car. I keep seeing all the discounts that dealerships are putting on those across the country because not everyone loves it as much as I do. And man, have I been tempted to buy one. I want to see one with a gas engine, 4 doors, and in red paint, though. That's what I want. Excuse me. It's very different than what came before it, but also I think, legitimately very cool. Whether it's a well-engineered car, whether it'll stand the test of time, I don't know yet. But yeah, the modern Challengers and Chargers I really liked. We just bought my wife a 2019 Grand Cherokee Limited. Love that thing. We drove that down to Bend. Comfortable. Again, it's the same Pentastar my Challenger has. Great engine. Aside from the few little issues they often have, and there's no denying that, I really like the Pentastar. Good power, good economy. Teeny tiny little lightweight V6 quad cam. They are neat. So yeah, I do. I like them for different reasons than I like classic Chrysler products. I think I got all those questions. John Barish. Hey, Jamie, 98 Durango 5.2 Magnum. Do you really need the heat shields? And if not, how do you pull them? John, I have found those heat shields to be optional, and the way you pull them is by breaking the bolts. I've done a good few head jobs where those didn't go back on. Barry Kuda, we call it fall here. So many comments. Scoop says 4.7 V8 sucks gas, but tons of power. 4.7 makes good power, but it also blows up for fun. Dennis Wheeler, I would rather jump off a bridge than buy a yellow anything. The banana van gets a very narrow exception. 20 Cent Motor said aftermarket heated seat covers. I have absolutely considered doing not heated covers, but the insert kit that you just peel back the cover. It's pretty easy to do and put those in there. I have 100% considered doing that. I'm just too lazy. Bill Truitt got one of the gifted memberships. Congratulations, Bill, and welcome. And thank you again for gifting those memberships. Classic Dude Mike said, the Scrap Pack song is just play the Batman song and replace the Batman lyric with Scrap Pack. Nice. William Fitch, what's a good cam for a 340? Well, that kind of depends on your definition of good. That cam I'm putting in the 273 is probably a good choice. It's a 508. Is that a split or is that one 508, 508? I can't remember. Mopar purple shaft. Hell yeah. Burned Out Garage. Will you be at Spring Fling? No. Yes, what little summer we get is amazing. Someone said, oh, Cave Dave thinks he's banned from being a member. If you're on an iPhone, it will not work. You cannot do it on an iPhone or an iPad. You got to be on a browser or a non-iPhone phone. Cypher F, I hope the ramp truck will be worthy of merch. You must have missed this. I have wanted this since, hold on, I was hoping we would have a shirt ready when this was released. Because the ramp truck, albeit in its previous incarnation, hey, that's my Demon. That's my 360 I built. The ramp truck got this beautiful spread in Mopar Collector's Guide. And so I wanted to have a shirt design ready when this launched. It didn't happen. But we have one now. Diesel, the white-tailed buck, drew this. It's beautiful. It's fine. I have a ramp truck. And on the back, it's not for hire in my crappy hand-painted lettering. I love it. So cool. It's exactly what I wanted. But this is not launching yet because we have a bit of an issue. Note the black on black. We made the black on the truck a lighter gray to try and make it stand out. But for some reason, when it printed over the black, it's still just black. And so it's easier to see on camera than it is in person. It just kind of all washes out. So we're either going to do a background for the black shirt or tweak things a little bit. But yeah. Ramp truck shirt it's coming. It is coming. Wayne Buzzell, what brand motorcycle do you prefer, Jamie? I had a bunch of Kawasaki's, really liked those. And then I had a Honda CB750, which was an awesome bike. It shook like crazy at 100 miles an hour. It was terrifying, but it was beautiful and I loved it. Universal motorcycle, that's the Japanese type, the Kawasaki, Honda, everybody else. Made in the 70s, 80s period. I love those. Always have. I love the lines, the simplicity. And yeah, those are my favorite. I really miss my stupid little Kawasaki 550. It's a fun bike. I also had a CSR 750 twin for a time. Burnout Garage, hey, do you know where I can find the retainer that clips onto the backside of an e-body door handle? I feel like those should just be available from Dorman in a parts store. Yes, Hot Shoe, I'm aware. Thank you. Not reading that. Holy crap. Bill Mize just sent me the biggest super chat of all time. Thank you, Bill. You're just way too kind with that. Bill said, happy Sunday. I missed last week. I own an HVAC company and it's been crazy. Love the Scamp. It's just like my 71. I wish I had the instrument cluster. I took mine out and it disintegrated. Man, if I had a spare, I'd just send it to you. You deserve it. But I don't. I used to have like 5 of those. And those, along with many other things, they just went away. Hell, Tom might have got them when I closed the shop. I don't remember. But yeah, I don't have any spare parts for those anymore. Thank you very much, Bill. Just incredible. Cypher F, I'm very interested in that electric choke I posted in Discord. Any negative thoughts? No, I think it's a good kit. Like I say, I've seen a couple of those in the wild. I think they work really well. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, Bell James, really like the stock 300 wheels. Wish I'd been able to find the 4 300 cap. Was nearly impossible to find the Chrysler Corp one. Good to see her on the road. Kudos to you and Alan. Yeah, it's so cool seeing that car drive. I love it. He has just done wonders to it. And it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy because it would have taken me so long to get it where he got it in like 2 weeks. Oh, Plymouth on Plywood feels like he owes me some parts. Well, I don't know about all that. I'll have a pair of 8 3/4 A small bolt axles, brakes, and some slant T-bars for you next time I head out to the harbor. Nice. I really need to stockpile those axle shafts because Barracuda. Yeah. Somebody asked about, and I meant to answer this. They asked where the 273 was going. I feel like I've made it very, very clear that the high compression 273 I'm building is going in my 66 Barracuda, the garbage can Cuda. That's the entire reason I am building it. Oh, John Barish said RT and SE memberships. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Yeah, but I did do some Mopar high impact colors. You know, there's that. RDF Car, how do I upgrade my membership? Again, if you're on iPhone or something, you won't be able to do that. You'll have to use a computer. We get to hear you swear a lot. Yeah, someone said, oh yeah, all classics. Yeah, your edit video will be nothing but bleeps. Because it is a membership video, I will be including swears. I said this way back when I started memberships. I think members deserve to hear me swear, so I will not be bleeping things. There is going to be a video called The Big Swearing Video or something like that. It'll absolutely happen. Tom will be at Spring Fling, but I won't. Oh, our Dave Carr. Figure I ask enough stupid questions. I should upgrade my membership. Well, I sure do appreciate it. Speaking of appreciate it, JW Cagle just sent me $4.99. Thank you very much. What's up, Jamie? I'm late. Oh, that's okay. Tired and burning a lot of gas in my 5.7 Charger. Haven't started my Dart in a week. Fun times. Oh, man. Well, it's getting to be the nice part of the year, so hopefully you can do that. Although I think it's a little warmer than here where you're at. Oh, yeah, Bill Truitt with the question, can you share the secret on where the 273 is going? Yeah, that's no secret. That's the garbage can Cuda. Snake Jazz. Andrew Button says, my 340 has that purple shaft in it. Nice. From way back. Everybody notices the sound, and I mean people at gas stations, neighbors, everybody. Hell yeah. Arthur Quinn just became a member. Thank you, Arthur. Appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, Patrick Radcliffe is late and apologized. That is fine, Patrick. I was late too. Russ Peters Derelicts, was there anything different between an off the showroom 479 Macho Power Wagon and the one they used on Simon and Simon? Never watched it. Don't know anything about that truck. And I really don't know a whole lot about the Machos in general. I know they're neat and they're rare. Yeah. Yes, Gary Herger. The prices are crashing on EVs, which is why the lease rates are dirt cheap. I know it. Gary sent me a link to a dealership that has an insane lease deal offered on the new Charger, but they don't actually have any. So there's that. Joseph Stewart just became a member. Thank you, Joseph. Welcome. Thanks, everybody. Mike DeMaio, are you going to Carlisle this year? No, I am not going to Carlisle. I am not going to Mopars in the Park. I'm not going to Spring Fling. I'm not going to any of these things. I apologize, but I'm just not that guy. I am planning to go to No Name Nationals, finally. The whole reason I started my channel was to go to No Name Nationals. I don't know what I'll be driving. No idea. Hopefully we have a Barracuda or a Banana by then. I'm planning to go to No Name and Mo Party this year. Excuse me. They're one weekend after the other, so my plan is to head south. Just Mopar Joe offered me a spot this time. Many thanks to Joe. Bell James offered me a spot in Oklahoma, and so my plan is to take a couple weeks again, go down there, go to Oklahoma. Maybe we'll be doing some heads on a Cordoba this year. I don't know. And then see Joe in Arizona. Why do I keep saying Arizona? Arkansas. Maybe Tony will want to see me again. Don't know. But, I've got friends down in that area. So my plan is to be out there for a couple weeks and then go to both of those events. So that will probably be my only big trip for this year. I'm going to save up all of my big trip credits for that. Laser Mouse, isn't the neon yellow, or did I dream that? Yeah, that was one of the crime of opportunity type things, though. Bill Truitt, rumor, new Charger will at some point have a Hemi. Yeah, it is rumored. I think I want the 6-pack, though. I think I want that. I love inline 6s. We'll see. We will see. Chili Willie wants to hack a slide whistle sound into the new Charger exhaust. I am legitimately, again, as prices crash on those cars, I still think they're great cars. I think the problem with that car is marketing and the fact that there's no gas charger available yet alongside it. I think if they had played their cards right and priced it lower, which they are realizing, things would have gone so much better for the electric Charger, because I legitimately think it is an awesome car, at least in terms of how it looks, how it feels, how it drives, what's it like inside. I really think it's a cool car. Now, will it be a cool car 10 years from now? Probably not. Will it have any kind of longevity or long-time survivability, reliability? Probably not. If that's what you're looking for a car, maybe don't buy one. But I really do like them. And as prices come down and down on them, I keep looking at them going, I kind of want it. But I really want a 4-door one. And they actually do have 4-doors in the wild now, not for sale, but in the wild. And they have gas cars in the wild doing test miles around Detroit as well. So I think the new Charger I would want is actually coming soon. It'll be way cheaper than an electric one and very, very interesting. Having said all that, yes, supposedly there will be a Hemi coming to them. That is the word, but who knows if that's legitimate. I will believe it when I see it. I always hear about these rumors, and so many of the stupid rumors over the years have not come to pass. I know I've referenced this a lot, but, the 2-door Charger's coming next year. It's coming next year. It was rumored from the announcement of the new Charger or before until last year when they finally did it. And all the time, all the Mopar insiders things were like, oh, it's coming. The new CUDA is coming. it's not. So I just can't bring myself to lend credence to that sort of thing. I will wait for an official announcement, but that is the word. Is Hemis are coming back to them, which is great. That's cool if that's what you want. I actually think if the Hurricane is any good, if it is long-term good, and that's a big if, there's no question. It's still a relatively new engine. But anyway, I like it in theory. Where were we? I don't even know. Andrew Button has an HO47 in a Cherokee, and it's been great. I like the power the 47 makes. I just don't like how they blow up all the time. Andrew Button says, always use... Oh, that peaked. That was weird. Sorry. Always use around a 108 lobe separation angle on a 340. No more, no less. 108, period. Good to know. Yes, Scoop, we do have mosquitoes, and they suck. We have a slough that wraps around our house, so we have mosquito problems often here, which sucks. Dalton Sparks, will 300 horsepower Pentastar in a town and country, could that respectfully have SRT6 badging? Yeah, Cave Dave, on your iPad, you will not be able to do membership stuff because Apple are bastards. And I say that as someone who is very much bought into the Apple device universe, because they're just the best. For what I do, they are the best. But yeah, they're bastards, and they charge so much to they charge app developers so much to collect money through their apps. Google and YouTube just went, nope, we're not going to pay it. So they just took the membership stuff out of the iPhone app, iPad app, iOS app. Huh. JW Cagle says, my Charger resale value has tanked. My Mopar rep told me the Hemi is coming. His words. Has it tanked? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Burnout Garage just picked up the cheapest 1970 Challenger 440 4-speed Dana 60 car. Nice. That's cool. That was also almost an hour ago. Yeah. Ron G says, ask about a cam on the Mopar forums. Sharp dudes. You'll get more info than you'll want. 100%. 100%. My experience with this is so narrow. Driveway Misfits. Stupid question. Old brake drum has wheel studs attached to it. New drum does not. Does backing plate holding wheel studs get transferred from old to new drum? Well, you're talking about the K car, so this is on the back. I've never done this on one of those. You probably... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You probably, if that plate in there is not on the new one, then yes, it needs to be transferred over. John T01 says it is a 508 cam. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the purple shaft I'm putting in the 273. Oh yeah, Bill, I missed last week. Yes. I wasn't thinking about that. I was on vacation last week. Thanks again, Bill. It's just awesome. HR, A-body B-pillar replacement video anywhere. B-pillar? The one between the front and rear glass? On a sedan? No. Never done that. B-pillar. Wow. Cade Black is here, and this was from a little bit ago. I apologize for getting behind on the comments. Grandpa gifted me a 68 Charger RT. That's amazing. That's a hell of a gift. Trying to get it dialed in. Oh, love your vids. Thank you. Hiccups on acceleration, doesn't start well after hot. Is it an Edelbrock? I have to floor my Carter Edelbrock type carb. I have to floor my 68 big block car every time to get it to hot start. I just hold the throttle to the floor every time. And it cranks for like 6 seconds and fires up. Just did it at the coffee stand today. One of the cows was allegedly laughing at me a little bit. Dust Devil Garage, right on time as usual. How's it going? Gary Hergert, there was a question from Christopher Ansel. Did that 65-300L come with a sure grip? And Gary Hergert, the owner of said L, said yes. It is a factory sure grip car. It has every factory option. We haven't found an option yet that was available, and it is missing. So cool. Andrew Button, would you waste an A-body rally cluster on a Scamp? If it was a 71.2 Scamp, maybe. If the Scamp was my only car and I wanted to build it into like the ultimate A-body, maybe. But I don't know. Again, if it was my only car and I could only ever have this car and I had to make it what I want, sure. But otherwise, no. I don't even mind the cheapo Plymouth cluster, really. In fact, and again, this is just me. Again, if you have a Scamp and you're wondering if you should do that, I forgot I'm wearing my RT shirt. It's a good one. Cool. But part of what I love about my Scamp, excuse me, the red one, the 73, is how basic slant six stock it is. Because that just takes me right back to all of the A-bodies I had from age 17 until like, well, my 70 Swinger was a V8, but all the other ones pretty much for a long time were just basic slant six cars like that. Tumbleweed. I broke it one piece at a time, and I had to scrap it because it's no longer fine. You'll know it's me when I walk through your town. Best I can do. No, don't do that. No, we lost the comments. Okay, they're back. Oh, no. Stephen Andrews has the Simon and Simon theme stuck in his head now. Sorry. Rooster wants to paint the flying banana. I'm going to have to ship it to you. God. Jose L says, open headers 509 cam sounds like heaven. I could not agree more. Arthur Quinn, one of our newest members, likes the Dodge Rampage in the new video. Me too. But yeah, it's going to be a while till we see that. Eric Jorgensen, tell Tom I still want that visor. The one off his Cummins parts truck, because you can't have it. It's mine. I will fight you. Damn. JW Cagle, the value on his Charger went down from $42K to $28K in less than 2 years. Well, did you buy it for $42K? Because welcome to it, buddy. I paid $19 for my Challenger, and I was looking at an SRT 6-speed Challenger that was beautiful, charcoal color, and that dealer offered me $9,000. And I looked it up, and that was like fair trade-in value. Yeah, 5-Star did offer me a lot more than that, which I really appreciate, partially to make up for that car I bought from them that I massively overpaid for and was really mad about, and also partially to help get me buy a really expensive car. Again, I do appreciate it. That was really sweet. I would still be losing money, but not so much. Yes, the Hemi is absolutely going into Ram 1500s. That has been announced. Wow. Keith Hill has a real 70 Hemi Cuda. Cool. And would have to buy a new Hemi Cuda if they ever made one. Yeah, they won't, though. Bill Truitt was going to tell you I saw a 99 4-door Ram Charger in my town the other day. Had to ask the guy. He said it was made in Mexico. Mexican spec. Did they do 4-door Ram Chargers? I know about the 2-door Ram Charger that has the minivan rear hatch. I wasn't familiar. I'm not familiar with a 4-door one. I've seen people build them, but I didn't think those were factory available. Yes, Hemis are being built in Mexico as we speak. Although the Canadian plant has been idled. Scott Day, if you're in Reno, please hit me up. I got married in Reno. I'm not planning on being back there anytime soon. Rust beater steroids. That sucks. Rental property was broken into. Most of my construction tools stolen. Destroyed the inside of the house. Dude. That's brutal. Mexican Spec says there are too many new cars at car shows these days. I don't go to those kinds of car shows. Dalton Sparks says the Ram truck would be awesome at No Name. If I go to No Name, the Ram truck will be there. Hopefully with a 5-speed by then. Bill Truitt is not feeling very confident in the cast Pistons as far as RPMs go. Me neither. But we're going to do it anyway. Not feeling confident in those cheapo scat rods either, but most of the commenters seem to think they will be fine. Classic Dude Mike says it's getting to be boat season. I pumped, probably 40 gallons of rainwater off my boat yesterday. Yeah. Dust Devil Garage. Jamie, have you ever seen a Sam Squatch? No. JW Cagle will be 22 on Tuesday. Isn't that the 15th? That's my daughter's birthday. She's a tax day / Titanic sinking day, baby. Yeah, Bill Truitt. I won't have to turn too many RPM, but I'm going to. It's kind of the whole point. Yes, it's going to a lightweight car. That's exactly the point. Exactly the point. Small engine, light car. The 273, that Underdog, it's the only engine you could get from the factory in a 66 Barracuda. And what was my third reason for wanting to use it? Just to see what would happen, I guess. JWK would like to see me in Oklahoma. Yeah, I'll probably be there for some days. So I don't even think you're all that far from Bell James, if I remember correctly. Hot Shoe says if you stop by Oklahoma City, I'll buy you a footlong coney. I'll be around. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I'm going to try and move slower on this trip than on the last one. So I will try and figure out some way to link up with people. I don't know how that's gonna work. I will not. I'm just telling you right now. I will not remember any single person in this live chat, even the people I know and see every week and like. I am not going to remember where you are or that you said you wanted to see me. So when we get closer to that, I'll try and figure out some way that we can do this. Because I would love to meet up with some of y'all. It's almost 8:00 already. I gotta make burgers. 20 Cent Motor says that new Imperial is just around the corner. I read a review. Was it Lana Share's review? She said they should have called the new Charger Monaco or something similar, and I really agree with that because it's a big car, and it's all about the comfort. Plymouth on Plywood just new membered? I thought you were already a member. Maybe you upgraded. Plymouth on Plywood is now a fancy member. Thank you. I drove through Missouri on first the west side, all the way down, and then the right side all the way up. So Kansas City is over here, and then St. Louis is over here, I think. I went through both. Because I went Wyoming. What's the other one? Lovejoy lives there. Dang it. Yeah. Nebraska. And then down. And then north from Tennessee up to Minnesota. Yes, my castle has a moat. I'm so behind in the comments. I apologize if I missed anyone's comments tonight. Litz Garage just came across my channel and subbed. I'm a Mopar man. Well, so am I. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. And thanks to everybody that hangs out for this live stream. Super cool. My sister's phone died a bit ago. What did she miss? So many things. Bullwag can't figure it out. Can't figure out how, and therefore won't. Nice. Rooster's summer content this year is Coronet Wagon, Roadrunner, and a blown Coronet. Hell yeah. Yeah. Bill Mize says, you're welcome, because I will aggravate you when I'm working on my car. All right, well, I do appreciate you. You've done a lot to soften the blow on that one. Andrew Button has dual Edelbrocks and a Chevy small block with no chokes and fires up always, no issues. Dude, the dual Edelbrocks on the tunnel ram on the Flying Banana, seriously, it's so good. It is amazing how well that thing cold starts, how effortlessly it runs nicely. It is so cool. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the 273 with smaller carburetors. Litz Garage recently purchased Chapacabra cam for a 5.7 Hemi Ram 1500 4x4. Haven't installed it yet. Opinions and thoughts. I've never heard of those. I am not a third gen Hemi guy by any means. I don't know dick about performance builds for him, unfortunately, so I can't help you there. Yes, Scoop, Dart is an A-body. Dart, Duster, Scamp, Valiant, Early Barracuda, Middle Barracuda, Demon, and then all the foreign ones. Yes, the Titanic struck the iceberg on April 14th, 1912, but it sank in the wee hours of the morning, April 15th, 1912. My daughter was actually born at 10 p.m., 10:30, 10:25, something like that. And so she's a little late, but close enough. Still on the 15th. Bill Truitt, did the Rampage come with that stupid jet engine? There's one for sale not too far from me. If it's a jet, I'm out. I don't know what jet engine you're talking about. It has a it has a turbo 2.2, but it's not actually attached. Okay. Mexican Spec says there was no 4-door Ram Charger. The second gen one, the 90s one. They were all 2 doors and all 2-wheel drive. That's interesting. Huh. But good to know. Yeah, thanks. That's what I thought. So if I have seen pictures of 4-door Ram Charger builds, and they're cool. The ones I've seen, they used suburban parts, custom built back doors, modified second gen doors, and suburban rear side glass. Pretty cool stuff. But again, I didn't think that was factory. Andrew Button says they should bring back the swinger name. Little car with a huge Hemi, maybe neon sized. I am in support of a small Dodge. I'd love to see that, but I don't think the market in general wants it. We as enthusiasts may want it, but normal people don't. Arthur Quinn, you haven't gotten in trouble with all the vehicles in the yard? No. Come and take them. Jose L is really looking forward to the high RPM 4-speed Barracuda. You and me both, pal. You and me both. Empire Rust, if you go to No Name, I suppose I ought to drive a Mopar. I suppose you ought to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rooster's birthday, too. Yeah. Forgot about that. Start taking notes. No. If I don't send Rooster a card this year, I'm out of the will. That's unfortunate. Come to Canada. I'll hook you up with some Canadian moonshine. Makes a terrific aviation fuel. I'm probably not going to Canada. I don't have my paperwork in order. Oh, hell yeah. All Classics Restoration will have the cooler stocked with cider at Mo Party in the campground. If I'm there, I'm camping. I'm bringing an acoustic guitar. Let's do it. I'm ready. Oh, Plymouth on Plywood said, that took an hour and my wife's phone. Dang it, Apple. I do apologize again if I missed your comments tonight. Oh, that jet engine. What? No. Oh, so you mean the 2.6? No, it doesn't have that. Yeah. I forgot about that jet engine. Did they put those in Rampages? They put them in minivans, and that was a cool sound. Something. Bill Truitt, you drove through Missouri. I'm sorry, I drove through twice. I have Nebraska. I have seen so much cornland. Dave Freeman said, I've never driven a carbureted vehicle that starts as easy and runs as well as my Barracuda. I have to say thanks again to Jamie and Alan for all they did. Happy to do it. That really turned out well. And I'm glad the smoke has subsided somewhat. Keith Hill said, you are awesome at this. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Keith. Much appreciated. Mo Party is in Bowling Green, I believe. Bullwag, the Titanic. Yeah, we used to call it that. I used to be obsessed with the Titanic. There's a weird fun fact for you. I used to draw it all the time. Tried building it out of Legos. Legba. How's it going, Legba? I haven't seen your name for a bit. Any 3.7 Magnum opinions or even any knowledge? 3.7 is just a 4.7 minus 2. I mean, I hate the 4.7. Honestly, I think the 3.7 is a little better. Water pump gaskets are always messed up. I haven't heard of the 3.7 going full nuclear like the 4.7 does, but it's the same basic design, so it could have the same problem. I don't know. I mean, I've seen some that ran fine, but it wouldn't be my choice for an engine. Are they worth having? I don't know. Sure. Oh, all classic will have room in the camper. Cool. Okay, I might take you up on that, because if not, I'll be sleeping in the cab of the Ram truck. Nice. Rooster's a boomer. Yeah, we knew that. Don't mess with a boomer. Yes, my father was a naval historian. He had a degree in that. Turns out that's not useful for many things. Empire Rust is off. Yeah, it's time to go. Blah Blah got gifted a membership. Nice. Congrats. Darren Inverarity. Lean burn. Delete or not delete? Delete it. Yeet it and delete it. Tefo, welcome to the end of the live. You made it. Martin Adams has a buddy that has a 3.7 which dropped a seat like a 4.7. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Blah Blah loves the new Scamp. Yes. Yeah, I gotta go burger. What's the ending song? I wanted to play an actual hard song. Turtle song. Have I been humming it all night? What have I been humming all night? I don't even know. The duck song. Well, a duck walked into a hardware store, went to the lady running the store. He said, hey, got any grapes? The lady said, this is a hardware store. Grapes aren't exactly what we're known for. That's not actually how you play that. No Stairway. I don't know how to play Stairway. Talking Heads. I showed my daughter the duck song some years ago. Papa was a Rolling Stones, good one, but I don't know it. What is this? Which Discord channel is this that people keep joining? Oh, not the Dead Dodge Garage one. I am still drinking down at the bar. My sister loves the duck song. When I call you up on the phone, nobody's at home. So I do my usual thing. I let the telephone ring and ring and ring and ring and ring and ring. Yeah, I'm sitting in the phone booth, coping with the ugly truth. You see, I know where you are. I know where you are. You're down drinking at the bar. down at the bar. Something like that. Yeah, lemonade stand. It's a different version. Different version. Oh yeah. It's thanks to you, Mike. I've become a big Wainwright fan. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Tell me over and over and over again, my friend, that you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Oh, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. I think that'll do. I gotta go. I'm hungry. Thanks everybody. Much appreciated. Thanks for being here. Thank you very much for the super chats. No, I don't know that song, Boo Fighter. I don't know that either. I don't like Domino. I've never liked that song. I just don't. Can't help it. I should play some Tom Waits. Maybe next time. Wednesday, Engine Wednesday. It's the 6-barrel engine teardown part 2 this coming weekend. There will be a really fun video that no one will watch with me and Alan doing very silly stuff. Also Tom. Silly stuff happens. Excuse me. And I don't know what the other one will be yet. But those other 2 are already filmed. So I'm actually ahead, which is crazy. I usually finish Engine Wednesday Tuesday night. Thanks for being here. See you in the comments section. See you next Wednesday. Thank you so much to all the DDG members and the faithful members of Live Chat that are here every week. Really appreciate you. And I'll see you later. Okay, bye.